Hi, everybody. This is Gary Dean with Sentiment Timing, and this is our technical video report for Wednesday, April 23rd, 2025. So the S&P closed 88 points. It seems like a great day, but it actually gave up a big portion of it from the open here. So they had some news, some tariffs news that they have, some countries that are lined up that are going to be signing some deals. Then came out that Trump isn't looking to fire Powell. It's all noise, basically. It's like I said, with the tariffs, they can be removed overnight, and you get these kind of moves. Well, not these. This is just talks about stuff like that. But then the firing of Powell, and you get this move, and then okay, we're not firing him. This move. So it's all just noise, and that's really it. Like it's not like we're in we have inflation that's at 10% that is automatically going to bring things up and slow down growth. That can't be fixed overnight. But when you get this barking back and forth and the tariffs that could or can't, they may or may not be out there in the 90 days, you really don't have any of these answers. So you get these massive moves, and you really just look at what is going to happen with them. So right now we have, the S&P is having a problem getting through this resistance right here. So it was support, bounced up, then it was resistance again, and now we're back up there. So what are there's two real scenarios that I'm looking at right here. Is one, we could be just trading within this range right here, and we're coming all the way back down to the 5,100. Maybe China says something about tariffs and, it sends the market all the way back down. That's what I'm saying. It really is just noise. So this is the one. This is, the bearish case here. And we could, we have these two gaps that are open here. One at the 52, right around that 5,300, 5,296, and then we have this one at 5,170. So maybe they come down and close these gaps, and we just stay in this range. Or this is, so like I said, that's the bearish case. The bullish case is we're making this big, huge ascending triangle. Now, if this is the case, I don't know how much weight I'd be putting on it just for this particular reason. Let's even just go from here and say, okay, hang on one second. Okay, so this would be your ascending triangle. And again, it's looking for that would be looking for this gap to get closed. But the thing is with this is we're looking at, say, 40, let me just try to get it here. So we got, just say 4,900 up to, just say 5,500 for easy math on it. So we're talking 600 points. So if this was to break out of this and it was going to play out to the fullest, you're talking about 600 points from above here. That brings us all the way back up here. So we would be testing the highs on that. And I don't know if we're ready for that just yet, meaning just from the different cycles and something like that may not play out until the tariffs are all behind us and stuff like that. But right now, we want to look at it and just take this. If the bulls can break above the highs, they break above this resistance right here, the next one, it should give us a quick move up to the 55.75. And then this has been my target the whole time, and that's the 56.50, which is the gap fill there. Above that, then we're just going to be testing these highs at the 57.77. So these are your upside targets on it. Now on the downside, if we do see some more backing and filling, and we open up down tomorrow, well, the first line in the sand is going to be the 53.07, but being we're right there, let me just make this a little bit smaller. So being we're right there, I would say that they'll probably just come down and close the gap here, and that would be at that would be at this right at the 52.95. So this would be my first downside target. We also have the moving average support at the 53.05. So if we came down there, this would be closing this gap here. And if the bears pushed it through that, then what we would be looking at is we have this support right here at the 52.31, And then again, if they lose that, then we're coming down and we're closing this gap at the 51.65. So upside we have obviously has to get above these highs, 55.75, 56.50, and then up to the 57.77. On the downside, if we're doing more backing and filling, 52.95, 52.31, and 51.65. That would be it. Below that, then we're really are just trading within this range, and we're going up and down on it. So it's a huge range, and honestly, if that is the case, it'd be. It's fantastic because you're talking, over 300 points up and down. So it's a massive range. You just have to be able to trust the range on it, and that's it. But like I said, the bullish case is this ascending triangle, and then the bearish case is where we're in this range right here, and we just kind of stay here until say the bearish cycles wear out and we're ready to start the next move up to probably a new all-time highs, or at least testing them. We have to kind of wait and see on that. But for right now, that's what we want to concentrate on. We're pretty overbought right here. We went off of the overbought into the neutral territory. So if it's going to get into the oversold, again, you're anticipating that we're going to come down and close this gap and possibly test the 52.31. Now, if they're just going to go off at a 15-minute, that's oversold, because this kind of looks like it's just an ABC move on it. And if that happens and it holds in this area here, then we again, the bulls are going to have to get above this resistance. And if they do that, that's when we start looking at the higher levels. So I'm staying open-minded right now. I still think, we're getting into that late April, early May. Is it going to be a top or a bottom? That's what I'm really paying attention to, and see how things go, and really just trade what's in front of us. Today, the gap up was selling really after the first 2 hours of trading. We hadn't really nonstop selling on it, but they did that here too, and all these bears got trapped on this. So maybe they just keep doing the gap up move. I'm not really quite sure. So the fund did pretty well today. Well, okay, we made almost 3,000, 28.90. It was a really, really kind of easy trade, because what I did was, once we got up to these levels, I sold the 5,500 call and the 55, and I bought the 55.10. So we never really had any. I didn't really have any sweat at all, because after this we just started coming down. Made decent premium on it, and that was it. I didn't want to overtrade. I'm not a big player. I don't like trading big gap ups or big gap downs. They're just they're too risky, because you can lose a ton of money. Where if you just jumped long here, up at these levels, you're down a lot of points right now. So let's just see what plays out tomorrow. Have a fantastic night, and I will talk to you guys in the morning.